Hi guys, today we'll talk about what is TPRM or VCRA and why is it important. So let's begin. What is TPRM or VCRA? TPRM stands for Third Party Risk Management. You may also know it as VCRA, Vendor Cyber Risk Management. Now other organizations may call it something different, but essentially it falls under this category. So a quick FYI, if you've heard of NIST, which is the National Institute of Standards and Technology, within that, there's a framework called NIST CSF or Cybersecurity Framework. And within NIST, the TPRM falls under Identify. And within the NIST CSF category, it falls under Supply Chain Risk Management. So what is TPRM or VCRA? So let's just say this is your company. And over here, you have a relatively secure IT network within your organization. And over here, let's just say we have critical vendor or supplier. So I use the word critical because it's important to your organization's operation. Now, what might be an example? It could be an organization conducting IT solutions, conducting services, logistics. It could even be a carpenter. So I put an asterisk next to the carpenter because if this carpenter is critical to your operation, then it falls under this category. You may even have a vendor who you share sensitive data with. Now, some people or organization may call it confidential data, and this vendor may even connect back to your network. So it has access to your network. Now, what happens is this particular vendor has weak security controls, and let's just say someone is trying to attack your network. However, because your network is relatively secure, the attacker is unsuccessful. But this attacker might try a different approach, which is via your vendor. And because your vendor has weak security controls, it is able to access your network. So why is TPRM and VCRA important? So what it does, it conducts a risk assessment of your vendor. This may include checking for their security controls of their IT systems. This may even have a non-disclosure agreement and even contracts between your company and your vendor. And you may even ask for an audit results from an external party. And the reason behind this is your vendor may say, yes, we have these security controls, but we want that verified by an external party. And another one is a recent penetration test. So what it does, it checks the vendor's IT system, making sure that there are no high critical or extreme vulnerabilities and making sure these are all have been resolved. What happens then is your risk assessment will be put in a report that will be shared with your management team or whoever is a stakeholder involved. The management team will check the report and they can decide whether the identified risk will be accepted or not, which means they will need to find an alternative. But if everything is okay, we can start engaging with this new vendor. And this will hopefully prevent future cyber attacks via the vendor because it would have similar security controls as your network. So in summary, TPRM stands for Third Party Risk Management, or VCRA, which is the Vendor Cyber Risk Management. Following the NIST function, it would fall under the Identify. And if checking the NIST CSF framework, it falls under the Supply Chain Risk Management category. And why is VCRA important? This is to identify the security controls of your critical vendors or supplier or any vendor that you may share sensitive data with. It will generate a risk assessment report which will be shared with your management team, and the business can make an informed decision whether to proceed or not to proceed with this vendor. So there you have it. Thank you very much. See you on the next video.